Hello, everyone. My name is Amadeu Ribeiro. I am a member of the Brazilian American Chamber of Commerce. I am part of the board of directors and I chair the Investing in Brazil committee. It is my privilege and honor to introduce you to our president, Will Landers, for the inaugural piece of our podcast series. We'll be asking Will questions about the chamber, its mission, its history, and its future. Welcome, Will. We will start, before we dive into the main topic of the conversation, the Brazilian American Chamber of Commerce and its mission. Tell us a little bit about yourself, in particular, how your life has been shaped by the relationship between the United States and Brazil.
Hi, Amadeo. It's a pleasure to be here with you today in this first of our podcast series, and nice to be with everybody who's here listening. Well, just to start, so Will Landers doesn't sound like a Brazilian, but I was born and raised in São Paulo, and moved to the United States when I was 14. So Brazil's in my blood, literally. And I spent my whole career after graduating from Georgetown in '91 working in finance related to Latin America and related to Brazil. I recently have semi-retired from finance, and I'm working now on some other stuff. But Brazil has been instrumental in my 34-year career in Wall Street, and the ups and downs of the country. So I think, and also participating in the chamber throughout my career has been part of what I've been doing.
Thank you, Will. Now, you've been involved with the Chamber for a number of years. How do you see the history of the Chamber, how it evolved over the years, and how do you see its mission today?
Yeah, the chamber started in 1969, so we've been around for over half a century. And just like the relationship in Brazil and the United States has moved during those decades, so has our mission, and so has what we've been trying to do. In the beginning, it was literally to teach people to do business in Brazil. We have to remember that it was a period with no internet, no electronic mailing, no phones for in certain areas. So it was a very different time. And I think the chamber has evolved over the years continue to be a place where you can come to find out how to do business with Brazil, or if you're in Brazil, how to do business in the United States, but also to be a forum for discussion among our members. So we find that to be one of the biggest things that we do is to allow members to come together and discuss different topics that may be of interest at that point. And I think we're evolving again with this podcast, which is another way for us to get together and to discuss what's important for our members today as they try to continue to do their business between the United States and Brazil.
Yes, no, I agree. Now, as a president and under your leadership, I'd love to hear about your objectives for the chamber in your role, and what do you think the strategy of the chamber should be going forward?
Yeah, one of the things that we've been trying to do, the presidency is typically a 2-year term, and everybody comes in with some ideas as to how they would like to do things during that period, maintaining what they've inherited, and then continuing with some other projects. I think when we look at the relationship between Brazil and the United States, obviously the environmental issues have always been continuing to be a major topic, and Brazil is a leader in many of those topics. So continue to create a forum for discussions around how Brazil can be helpful in that discussion has been one of the focuses during the last year and will continue during the second year of my presidency in the chamber. But also, one of the things that I'm very passionate about is helping young people, is mentoring. So we've been working to create a mentorship program with our younger members. We have a committee focused on those under 30, 35. I can't remember exactly what the cutoff is because it's way beyond my age. But it's something that I think we're continuing to focus on because I think it's important for us to create the next generation of leaders in this for the chamber as well as for the relationship between the two countries.
Right. So if we continue to do all these things successfully under your leadership, where do you want to see the chamber in, say, 5 years from now?
Yeah, I think it's been an evolution, right? So as I mentioned before, uh, the reason why we were created initially 55 years ago, it's very different now in terms of the needs for the membership. So I think the first thing we need to do is listen to the members and see what they need, what they're looking for, and create those opportunities for them. But I do think that being seen as the place to come to find out information about doing business in Brazil or for Brazilians to do business in the U.S. Continues to be an interesting part of it. Being seen as a place where it's a safe environment for people to come and have discussions, open discussions. Today we're discussing trade between the two countries, and I know we'll have podcasts in the future about that. But having that place where we can listen to both sides of the argument and provide ideas in terms of how people can do uh, business in whatever issues are happening, I think it's something that's important. The networking part continues to be one that I hope we continue to see more and more events where we can have people come together in a less formal environment, have these discussions, and I know that our members have enjoyed and have had successful business inter- environment for them during these events. So I think more and more of that is what I think we will be doing. Obviously, there's a lot of information online. There's a lot of information that people have already uh, uh, available to them. So being able to be a place where we are the depository for that information and then have the ability to help them with their business, I think that continues to be the main goal.
Great. So, for those who are considering becoming members of the chamber, as well as those who have become members but are not that involved, but are considering getting more involved, tell us a little bit. I think it'll be beneficial to everyone to learn more about how the chamber is structured, its organization, what the committees are, and how you can get to be an active member on our committees and everything else you want to talk about the chamber structure. I think our listeners will be very interested.
So I think the first thing is to point everybody to our site, which was just relaunched, revamped, and it's very good, interactive. And on our site, you can find all the information about the chamber, our events, the benefits of the membership, the different committees. As you mentioned, you're heading the committee investing in Brazil. We have other committees available there as well that people may have an interest. We have the young members committee as well, which is very active and creates a different opportunity for members to be involved. If you're a nonprofit, there's a nonprofit section as well. So there's all different segments within the chamber that should be there should be something for everybody that's involved in the business between Brazil and the United States. People like you and I, Amadeo, as we know, we're volunteers, we're board members, we are members of the chamber, but we have a staff based in New York that really does everything for us, led by our general manager, Fernanda Catalgi. They make us look good during these events, but they work day and night whenever is necessary, especially around some of the big events. Obviously, the Person of the Year dinner is our main event that happens during Brazil Week here in New York in May, where we bring a lot of our members and a lot of other folks together. But we have a lot of other events that happen. We have a couple busy periods, Brazil Week, Climate Week, and other events. But with our office in New York, we're able to have an open environment for people to come together and talk about whatever issues they're looking for. I think the team is really focused on evolving, and I think this podcast is another example of how we're looking to create more value for our members and to allow them more spaces or more opportunities to talk to each other. I think the fellowship program that we have, along with the Person of the Year dinner, is also a main thing that we do, and then I hope that will continue to grow. By the end of the year, we'll have had helped over 200 Brazilian students that came to study in universities in the United States through the fellowship program. And again, it's something that I think it's exciting, and it's one that I hope that we can continue to grow over the years.
Yeah, so I can give you perhaps my own testimony. I joined the chamber more actively, I think, some 14 years ago. And I've always found the chamber to be an open space in the sense that if you want to contribute, there's always going to be opportunities for you. And both the networking piece and the substantive part of the chamber, meaning the great programs that we have, are really what I believe I have gained from over the years. And so I would highly encourage anyone interested in contributing more to do so and reach out to us. Now, as you know, Will, this is the first podcast that we're recording in what we hope to be a great series. What are we hoping to achieve with this series in your view, and what topics would you like to see in the series going forward?
Look, I think at the end of the day, we want this podcast to be one very informative for folks in terms of what's happening today, what's happening with the relationship between Brazil and the United States, what are the topics of the moment that need to be discussed, and get again both sides of the coin, if you will, because every argument will have a counter argument, as you know very well, Amadeu being a lawyer. So I think at the end of the day. It's not necessarily what I want to see, but it's what our members want to see from these podcasts that we should be going after. I think one of the good things about the chamber is that we're a very transparent organization where the members can come in and participate in committees and tell us about what their needs are. And this podcast is going to be another one of those places where we're going to be able to have these discussions, but then it's going to be also available for people to download whenever they would like to listen to it. So hopefully that it'll be a series that will talk not only about the business environment, the trade environment. We'll try to stay away from politics if we can, but sometimes that's something that needs to be discussed as well. But also discuss topics about environment, discuss topics about philanthropy. Again, whatever our members are interested in is something that we would want to cover in this podcast, whether it's a relatively short one like this one, or whether it's one that's going to be very extensive and cover things in detail, like I'm sure some of the future ones will as well.
Yes, so Will Enders, pleasure to have you on. And for those interested in our podcast series, please send us your ideas, and we'll be doing many more of those. And it's really a great pleasure to see you, Will, and have your leadership in the chamber. So thank you.
Thanks, Amadeo, and I look forward to seeing you and many other folks during our events coming up in the next few weeks. Have a good one.